Now, for a long time in hero release events, the ways I've tackled the dreaded use abilities 150 times mission was to take my Iron 2 Baraqiel to a mission in Indomitus Elite and just have him hammer away at a flayed one, generally with his active ability, which I think was only level 8 at the time. And of course the flayed one, it's got the living metal trait, so it would just regenerate 10% of its health each turn, and it would never be in any danger of dying. Recently, I've got Baraqiel up to gold 3, his active ability is currently at level 38, so that wouldn't have worked any longer. I didn't want to resign myself to fighting Grots to use his ability against them or against Scarabs, because when they take their turns they just take forever, and I wanted something quick. So what I've done is I've found a mission. This is Indomitus Elite 34 with the highest level Ophidian Destroyer you can possibly find in a campaign battle. This one, it has a maximum health of 3,479. So each turn it regenerates around 350 health, and you have 2 turns. Baraqiel uses his active once per 2 turns. So between each active ability, the Ophidian Destroyer is able to regenerate 750 health. 700 health. So that means that Baraqiel can basically do, as long as he's not doing more than 700 damage per active ability use to the Ophidian Destroyer, then he can essentially just keep hammering away at it indefinitely. And with Isabella behind him, as I have here, it's essentially just automated system where I can just hammer away with his active ability, use it 150 times, and that's the only thing I have to focus on. The Ophidian Destroyer has a very quick attack animation, so here you can see if I just go a few turns, use Baraqiel's active a few times, I can very quickly rack up a lot of uses against him, and that's very easy. Now what you'll need to do, however, is, what's important here is to make sure that the Ophidian Destroyer ends up in tall grass. And that's because the tall grass reduces ranged hits against it by 2. Baraqiel's active ability is a ranged attack and it deals 3 hits, so this reduces his damage output by 2/3, which means that he's very easily able to just hammer away at the enemy and not be in any danger of killing it. Of course, you'll also want to remove Baraqiel's crit item. Also, his Deathwing ability, if you have that leveled up, it increases his damage when he blocks, so you may also want to remove his block item to stop him from doing extra damage with his plasma cannon, which could interrupt your farming. So when you're farming ability damage this way, you can safely do it with Baraqiel's active at up to level 45. Any higher than that and you might need to start taking pauses to let the Ophidian Destroyer regenerate every now and then, so this may not be optimal. However, I still think it would probably be better than trying to attempt this against Scarab Swarms or Grots, where you have to wait for them to sort of run around and do their animations, and just, generally it's quite annoying to have to wait for all that. So hopefully this was quite quick, and it's just a good way I found of completing this mission when your Baraqiel is perhaps a little more upgraded than he otherwise might be if you only had him upgraded for the sake of doing this mission. So I won't ramble any longer, leave it here.